Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
I'm Nathan, of course, Nathan Spies. I live here with Kate and 3 kids, 4 kids. I have 4 kids. Come in. This is where the girls sleep. Lily, Daisy and Bobby. This is the boys' room. Spends most of our time. Over there you'll see the flowers I bought Kate for her birthday. And I'll show you my latest project. When Pastor Ev and I are on Panda Patrol, this is where we hang out, this is where we make our plans and plan the battles. In January this year we returned from Bolivia. We'd been overseas for more than 8.5 years. Since then we've just been getting back into the regular routine of life. We enrolled the kids in Windsor Public School. I've gone back to Bible college. I did the first year of my theology degree in 2005 and I'm now back into the second year of that program. 2006, Carswell Baptist sent us to Bolivia. En route to Bolivia we studied Spanish for 8 months in Costa Rica and then we spent the last 8 years in Bolivia. We didn't actually choose to go to Bolivia. The way that we started thinking about overseas ministry was we were finishing our degrees in university. I was studying economics. I deliberately picked sort of social economic policies. How can you help developing nations increase their standard of living. Kate was studying social policy, and we thought perhaps in our first years of marriage we would just use our study to help other people. However, at the same time we were really growing in our faith and we didn't want to do something that we didn't want to go to another country to help people if we didn't also have something. We weren't able to tell them something about how they could truly be saved. And so we looked for something that we wanted to be involved in telling people about Jesus, as well as helping them in their present circumstances. In 2009, we founded a little organisation called Roots Association. We founded that organisation to help or to assist pastors and Bible college students. You might wonder why pastors or Bible college students would need helping, but for example, at the Baptist Seminary, they run classes from 6 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the morning, and then they have a recess, a break, so that the students can all go and work full time to pay their way through college, and then at 7 o'clock at night they start classes again. And so it's quite unlike Australia in that students can just go to Bible college and be free to study just for that short time in their life to prepare. They really have to work very hard, and it makes their study time less effective. So there was a real opportunity for us to come along here. Bolivia is a really interesting place to live. It's very different to Australia in lots of ways. And I'll give you an example. We would often receive wedding invitations 3 days before the wedding. People live in a very spontaneous way, which is completely unlike Australia, where we're very punctual, planned. Invitations are sent out months before you have to attend the event. And we actually quite enjoyed that spontaneous way of living, deciding things at the last minute. All my life I've been late to things, and when I got to Bolivia I was late and I was still the first person there. There were some difficult things about living in Bolivia. For example, Bolivia is very disorganized. So if you can pay your phone bills online here in Australia, in Bolivia you have to make a queue. In Bolivia we made queues for everything. Anything you had to do, pay your bills, get a driver's license, anything always involved queues. Voting required queues. There was lots of strikes in the city. The city very frequently was shut down. If people were upset about something, they would just park their cars in the middle of the main intersections and it would shut the city down. Couldn't take kids to school. Things like that are very frustrating. In Bolivia there's a mix of middle class people and many poor people. So all around we're always surrounded by poverty, people begging, people that hadn't had their injuries treated correctly, people that couldn't get proper medical care for their children. It was just, we always lived seeing wealthy Bolivians living right alongside of many poor Bolivians who would work hard and earn very little. They just had hard. My family started attending Castle Hill in 1984 when I was about 4 years old. So my whole life, it's really the only church that I can remember. I grew up in the church. I loved it. I went to Bible college. I love Castle Baptist Church. Castle Hill Baptist Church supported our family very faithfully and kindly and generously while we're overseas. And since we've come back, I'm reminded of the way that I love spending time with our friends at Castle Hill. I love that time after the church services where we have a coffee, and I like being the last person to leave because I like talking to people. I like that our church, Castle Hill Baptist, teaches the Bible, and those two things for me are very important.